And we are live. It's just gone 7:30. Welcome everybody to this 100% interactive live video broadcast from Acts on This. For those who are joining us for the first time, my name is Ross. I don't know if you've been on a previous broadcast with us, but I'm going to be your host for the next hour, maybe a little bit longer than that, depending on how long we can persuade our guest to stay with us. If you're watching this live, like right now, at 7:30 on the 22nd of October, you'll be on our website. It's actonthis.tv/live. If you're watching this on YouTube or Twitter and you're catching up on the replay, thank you. I appreciate you spending some time with us. But get yourself over to the community, www.actonthis.tv. Sign up. It's completely free. We've got literally a community of hundreds of actors, or thousands of actors now, all waiting to help you get further in your career faster. I am super excited about tonight's guest. This guy is amazing. He's been an actor for over 20 years. I met him recently at a read-through for an upcoming epic drama by Red Production Company called The Five. He's just wrapped on ITV's new epic fantasy drama, Beowulf, and he's starred in loads of stuff. You might have seen him in BBC One's Interceptor. He had a principal role in Fox Network's Da Vinci's Demons. He's literally narrated hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of TV programmes, starred in some awesome computer games, things like Killzone, Fable, Assassin's Creed, and he's just a bloody nice guy. He's at the door now, if I get my sound effects right. Welcome to the broadcast, Lee Boardman. Lee, welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right.
A bit of an epic intro there. I try and learn as much about you as possible.
Fantastic. It was amazing.
I was getting it all going. What has he done? You've done so much. But welcome to the broadcast. How are you tonight?
I'm very good, mate. I've got my little glass of wine. This is almost as big as my head.
You've got your wine. Dan Ryan had his wine. I've got my coffee. Got a latte. Got some new syrup.
This is why Dan Ryan and I have bodies like this, and you have a body like that.
Well, I tell you what, the amount of syrup I put in these, though, it's not going to be like this for long. And so, guys, welcome. Thank you so much for spending some time with us tonight. Really, really appreciate it. Just let us know, okay, if well, this isn't going to work unless you interact with us, right? So right now, I just want you to interact with us through Twitter. If you're watching this live on Acts on This, you will see underneath this player, you'll see a Twitter box, which says, if I get it up on my laptop here, says something like, tweet us. Well, I hope it says tweet us anyway. And you can get in touch with us live tonight by tweeting us your question. Yeah, it says tweet your acting questions live. If you scroll to the bottom of that box and just click into the little dialogue box at the bottom, you'll be able to tweet us and interact with us live tonight. The more questions you ask, the better that this is going to be, okay? I've got loads of questions, Lee, already. Literally pages and pages of questions that people have already submitted. So we've got plenty to be going on with. But for now, guys, just let us know that you can hear us and that you can see us and that everything is good. I want to see your tweets coming through so that we know we are broadcasting and everything is good. Kim says good evening, Ross and Lee. So we must be there we go. We must be broadcasting, Lee. Excellent. So that's all good.
Excellent. All good, mate.
So the setup for tonight is you're going to tweet us all your questions live. We're going to have an amazing chat with Lee. He's going to share all of his secrets and his knowledge with us so that we can all go and have a career just as good as him.
That's not going to take long, let me tell you.
It's well, you know, we'll just get as much out of you as we can. And we've got loads of other stuff to do as well. We've got our sponsors. Thank you massively to Casting Networks UK. For those who are unaware of Casting Networks are kind of like the only real viable kind of alternative to Spotlight, really. They came over into the UK a couple of years ago and have made some pretty big waves, particularly with commercial castings, and they're making a bigger dent every day with drama castings as well. You can sign up to Casting Networks for, it's around about, I think it's on offer at the moment. It used to be £5 a month if you wanted to upload photographs, £5 a month if you wanted to upload videos as well. So it'd be 10 quid a month, 120 quid a year. They've got a deal on at the moment. It's £49.95, I think. But we're going to be giving away a subscription tonight for free for a whole year. If you tweet us a question live, we're going to do a raffle at the end. Lee, you're going to do that. I'm going to use some amazing technology. You're going to say stop, and then we're going to pull somebody out of the hat to win that. So
like an internet tombola, kind of. Exactly.
It's literally. I like to call it an internet Twitter tombola with Lee Boardman, with TV's very own Lee Boardman. And we're going to do it through my iPhone. I'm going to pull up Twitter later on. People are going to be able to see it on the screen. I'm going to scroll through all the tweets. You're going to say stop, and then we're just going to pick one at random. Okay. They're going to win the 12-month subscription to Casting Networks. So it's 50 quid, guys, you can save, and then you can put yourself forward for loads of castings through Casting Billboard, which is a section of Casting Networks where you can find out all about auditions from casting directors. In fact, whilst people are tweeting us their first little tweets and stuff, if I share my screen with you guys, I can show you my profile on Casting Networks, because I've just uploaded a new clip to it today. Let me see if I can do this, and hopefully you can be able to see my screen. Lee, can you see my screen?
I can see your screen, man. I
see my screen, man. Amazing. Right, okay, guys. Apologies for the pictures. These are headshots that are getting replaced tomorrow. So I've taken most of my headshots down off here today. But you'll see there's some little differences about a Casting Network CV than there is in your Spotlight CV. Spotlight allow you to upload your entire show reel and your entire voice reel. But what Casting Networks does, which is kind of nice, is lets you do that, but then just lets you upload individual credits. So you'll see my credits here. If I've got an individual piece of footage, so Cradle to Grave, that was a recent comedy for BBC Two with Peter Kay, I can click on the play there, and instantly you can see just that clip from that program. Say a casting director comes to my profile and goes, actually, you know, I always get cast as like doctors or policemen and stuff like that. So they might go, right, okay, we're looking for a doctor. Well, we can see Ross has played Dr. Hunter here in Emmerdale. Let's click on that, and we'll look at him in his doctor's outfit with his stethoscope, and he's coming up now. There he is. Amazing. So rather than shifting, through like your entire reel, that might be like 3 or 4 minutes long, they can just look for very specific credits. And every time you get submitted for a job by your agent or you submit yourself, then these go along with your CV as well. So if a director has seen you for a part, and then your CV follows your entire submission right from the start, right until the whole casting process is over, they can look at any time at just individual credits, at what you're doing. You can upload skills to these. Say you were a great skateboarder, you could just upload a clip of you skateboarding, for instance, and then if anything comes up where they need that, or horse riding. We were talking about horse riding, Lee, the other day, weren't we?
Does that say you're 6'10", or is that my eyes?
It's got to be your eyes. It's 5'10".
There you go. It says that Julia Roberts directed you in a corporate. Is that the Julia Roberts?
Oh, yeah.
Erin Brockovich, Julia Roberts.
Absolutely. That is the Julia Roberts. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't, I told her. She was going through a bit of a rough patch.
Very lucrative, these corporate gigs, though, so.
Some of them are. Honestly, some of them are all right. Seriously, if you do like a whole weekend, there's been like a couple where if you want to host it and then you do all the voice of gods and that kind of thing, you can get a cool 7 or 8K for a Saturday and a Sunday.
Nice one.
Depending on how much the budget is.
That's all good.
It's good. So that's Casting Networks, guys. We'll recap on that a little bit later on. But if you want to be in it to win it, you've got to tweet us your questions. So tweet us your questions, and every question you tweet is an entry. I don't care how many questions you tweet us. Tweet us as many as you want. I'm going to have every one as an entry. There's no limit on that. So just tweet us whatever you like, within reason. Obviously, we don't want any. Don't want you to be asking Lee anything too personal, but depending on how much wine he's had, who knows what he'll share. So Lee, right, I've got so many questions here, mate. Are you ready to kind of get stuck in?
Yeah.
Because there's loads. And this is a little bit different. Kind of, we'll have a little bit of a different slant on tonight's broadcast. Normally what we would do is we get a guest on, we talk about their career early on, everything's all lovely, fine and dandy, and everything seems amazing, and then we look at other great stuff they've done and it's all great and that kind of thing. The more kind of I do those, the more I realise that actually the juiciest stuff that people get the most from are the times in people's careers where things necessarily aren't going all right.
Yeah.
Because
they're always the best ones to talk about as well, to be honest with you. I mean, the dark underbelly of it all is much more kind of useful, because we've all experienced the dark underbelly of it. I have. I mean, you always feel as the actor that you've experienced the dark underbelly of it more than anybody else, but it's because we all experience it.
Exactly. We're all in it, precisely. So it's nice when you hear from somebody who is doing well, that they have just the same hang-ups as you, just the same insecurities, they're just the same struggle as you, and that's kind of what I want to talk about tonight. I've labelled this broadcast "Creating Success No Matter What," which is quite a broad, quite a bold title, I guess. But it's sort of a bit of a standard that I set for myself a few years ago to go, look, this is all, so many of these hurdles as actors. Life's bad enough, well, not bad enough, but tough enough as it is. Yeah. And as actors, we tend to just put a lot of hurdles in front of us that don't necessarily need to be there. A lot of limiting beliefs about ourselves, our ability, our looks, our talent, everything.